All right, all right, all right. Let me make sure everything is on the up and up as it should be. It looks like it is. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we can go ahead and get started with today's session. Yo, peoples! Qushu 92 here. We are here to check out the Wuthering Waves version 2.4 preview special broadcast. Good to see you, Hybrid. Good to see you, Ramil. Hold on, I've been getting a lot of comments on me. A lot of comments from back when I was reacting to that Snow White trailer as a song video. I'm still getting people checking that out, so I was just responding to a couple of them. Because Lord knows that was an absolute travesty. But let me pull up chat off to the side so I can see you all. Okay. All right. Let's get started. Let me go ahead and refresh this. And then make the screen all big. Let's fast forward. The benefits of being able to fast forward streams that have been passed. This sounds like a... Hold on. I might need to bring down the audio itself just a smidge. Okay, because it was kind of loud in my ears. Let me just turn it down just a bit. There we go. All right. Better. Also, microphone is adjusted, so you should be getting full projecting voices. But yeah, this feels like half Assassin's Creed Odyssey, half God of War.
Hello， 大家好，我是策划西飞，欢迎收看明朝2.4版本前瞻通讯。
哎，西飞，我们这次怎么好像在一个演播厅里面？而且我看外面好像有一个大的决斗场。我记得拉古纳好像没有这样的地方哎。
没错，我们身后的场景呢，并非是拉古纳，而我们来到这里也是有原因的。
Oh snap! Is this a new region?
在告别因白拉多、救下卡提西亚之后，我们在朝圣庆典中和公民者团子们一起战胜了闹腾的布大王，跟赞尼一起解决了黑街里的纠纷。我们还
I didn't do any of these
找到了埋藏在黄金之歌背后的秘密。
With Zani or Chiacona, or even the Abowser.
而它的频率飘往了七丘的方向，也就是我们身后的大决斗场的所在地。
七丘，我记得在拉古纳听人提到过，七丘也是林纳西塔的一个城邦，难不成是七丘的人把卡利夏抓走了？
具体的情况还是要到七丘才能够调查清楚。
我们在七丘人生地不熟，找起来会不会有些困难？
别担心，现在的漂泊者和卡提西亚身上都有着岁主因白拉多的频率，借助着这种同频的联系，即使卡提西亚被卷入了远处的纷争，漂泊者也能够通过这种感应找到卡提西亚所在的方向。
那漂泊者有没有在七丘感应到什么卡提西亚有关的线索呢？
当然了，我们在感应卡提西亚的所在的时候，就看到了一幅十分奇妙的场景。卡提西亚曾在七丘和一个狮鹫模样的生骸战斗过。而这个生骸就是被当地人视作守护兽的荣耀狮像，只有赢得。
Yo, Don, what's going on? There's an end credit scene. You didn't really miss much anything, to be honest. It was annoying. It was an annoying event. Okay. Hi, Dragon. What's going on?
七丘当地最大的生骸竞技比赛——七丘决斗冠军赛，才有机会与之进行接触。
七丘决斗冠军赛，这是个什么比赛？
七丘决斗冠军赛是七丘当地的知名决斗大赛。七丘常年受到黑潮威胁，人们需要接受战斗训练，抵御入侵。因此，七丘成为了一个尚武之都。他们崇拜英雄，而非神明。
也就是说，七丘人没有对于睡主的信仰。
是的，虽然七丘和拉古纳都是里纳西塔的城邦，也都由岁主的引导建立了家园，但信仰的分歧还是让两座城邦分道扬镳，各自发展了。比起拉古纳，七丘对外界的态度更加开放、自由。决斗大赛也成为了七丘的支柱产业之一，有很多其他地区的旅客会在比赛期间前往观赛。 在七丘决斗冠军赛里，决斗士需要两组队，与他们的深海伙伴共同上阵战斗。
那我们想要调查卡地西亚相关的线索，岂不是只能先参加比赛？在我们赢得比赛冠军的时候，我们就能接触到荣耀事项。
没错，在七丘我们会邂逅一位当地的竞技选手路帕，他似乎因为某些原因退出了原本已经声名远扬的队伍繁殖队，现在正在寻觅新的队友。
我们漂泊者这么强，不就是最好的竞技伙伴吗
？Thought I heard something. I thought I heard something.
是啊，路帕想要参赛，而我们想要通过冠军赛找到卡地西亚的线索，那么和路帕合作就是最合适的选择。不过啊，七丘这座城市似乎还有不少值得深究的地方。
那这些就要等各位漂泊者们自己去探索了。现在，让我们先看看2.4版本精致欢呼之冕的版本 PV， 一起开启七丘之旅吧。
2.4 Lightly we toss the crown.
Looking for her.
Before the twilight set upon the gods. Ooh.
In Septimond, strength and power go hand in hand. The Aegon isn't just an event. It's the training ground nobles and commoners alike have to fight in.
You all know well that gladiatorial combat is the lifeblood of our ancient and mighty city. Warriors, may your courage honor Septimond and prove your loyalty to its spirit.
Let the Aegon begin!
This sword shall follow your will. You won't escape. Heavens, descend! True form revealed at last. Quietus. Face your destruction. Tides, rise and crash. Furious tides. Split the heavens. Tell me, are you the one who summoned this blade? I don't care what you do off the field, but in the arena, fairness isn't negotiable. Caught you now.
Okay. Ooh! Okay, that animation was clean.
With me to victory! Die, evil! Glory is upon us! I'm joining your battle.
Lupa!
I gave you this play so you can see the ending. That gladiator girl will be the harbinger of the dark tide in Septimond.
You plotted this tragedy.
You and that blessed maiden from the tower are deeply interwoven in the fate he has spun.
Luck and misfortune, nobility and lowliness, weakness and strength. A person's nature is like two sides of a coin.
Woo!
Surely you know you alone cannot undo my story.
Righteous will be waiting at the end of the story.
这示范看起来完全不是单纯的竞技赛事啊！ 似乎卡地夏面对的气球和漂泊者所在的气球有很大的不同。而且刚刚 PV 里说路帕会引发黑潮，又是什么意思？您是在气球也在谋划着一些什么吗？
具体的来龙去脉，等漂泊者们完成2.4版本的潮汐任务就能明白了。在2.4版本中，黎纳西塔将开放全新地块气球。同时，我们还将根据版本时间推移，以章节为单位，分别在6月12日、7月3日开放潮汐任务第2章第5幕《荣耀暗面》，以及潮汐任务第2章第6幕《燃烧的》。
Hold on, when is that dropping?
气球。同时，我们还将根据版本时间推移，以章节为单位，分别在6月
June 12th and July 3rd. Okay. Whew. Okay, I had to double check and make sure it wasn't the same. It wasn't next week because I saw July and I saw 3 and I thought, June, July 3rd. But we're good. We're good. Also, you knew that dude with the mask was evil? Look, the moment he started showing up when we were doing the missions for the vault, I had a feeling like, this dude has been showing up way too often. Then when he was straight up speaking to Frolova, like they were casual, and the fact that, you know, he wears red just like the rest of the Fraxidus, I'm like, okay, yeah, he's evil. So seeing him here, if you didn't already think he was evil and part of the bad guys team, here you go.
6月12日、7月3日开放潮汐任务第2章第5幕《荣耀暗面》，以及潮汐任务第2章第6幕《燃烧的心》。在荣耀暗面中，漂泊者会首次踏入气球，并在夺冠的过程中逐渐寻觅卡提西亚留下的踪迹。而在燃烧的心中，路帕将在漂泊者的帮助下找到这次故事背后的始作俑者。2.4版本即将上线的2幕剧情都同样包含了精彩的内容与演出，希望漂泊者们能够好好享受气球跌宕起伏的故事。
气球区域隐藏的秘密也即将在2.4版本揭开，卡迪西亚也会在故事的末尾等待着各位漂泊者的到来。既然这样，我们就先来介绍一下即将在2.4版本中正式登场的新共鸣者，也就是拉古纳曾经的圣女卡提西亚吧。
Yo, is that her screen when you pull for her? Ooh.
哇，竟然同时出现了卡迪西亚和弗鲁德利斯形态。那我猜，这次弗鲁德利斯也会加入我们的队伍。
哎，你抓住了重点。没错，卡提西亚拥有长时间使用弗鲁德利斯形态的能力哦。相信大家都已经发现，我们所处的场景发生了变化。
这里感觉有些昏暗、冷飕飕的。
没错，这个场景和卡提西亚在七丘的经历息息相关。在这里，漂泊者们也能感受到卡提西亚的频率。相信大家对卡提西亚相当熟悉了。他在埃格拉小镇长大，从小憧憬着骑士传说。他勇敢而坚毅，即便被困于黑潮之中，也从未放弃过抗争，放弃过希望。但他有时候又天真烂漫，显得有点小任性。
确实，听说卡提西亚被困在神学院的时候，还会给自己做一些手偶，表演骑士卡提西亚大战邪恶名士的小舞台剧，消磨独自一人度过的时间呢。
没错，大家还记不记得卡提西亚被
？Okay, so this is just cementing her as an individual that needs to be protected then. In her spare time, she makes hand puppets.
因白拉多救下后和漂泊者提过的目标吗？为了变得更强。
Not that she needs to be protected, because her second form is literally an 8-foot tall woman that can use the power of space and time to cut you. She's got her own judgment cut. So yeah.
让自己能够超过漂泊者，他正以骑士的身份在黎纳西塔四处游历，磨砺自己。而他的战斗方式也非常具有卡提西亚的特色。卡提西亚是一位5星气动属性共鸣者，使用的武器是驯刀。他是一位拥有双形态切换能力的主力输出角色。他能利用风蚀效应提升自身伤害，并掌控风蚀效应。在战斗中，他会借助3把剑的力量对敌人进行攻击，部分技能还能为目标施。
Bro, okay, hold on. it almost looks like she's, even though it's arrow, it's almost as if it's like, okay, so this concept was brought up, something similar to this, or at least the concept of it reminds me of the second to last chapter we just read of the beginning after the end, when Camus was talking about the applications of wind magic and how it can be used to stop a person. With her using wind right now, it's akin to that, but she can use it in a much more forceful way. It's almost like she's manipulating the air to create gravity wells that can, you know, hit opponents without her actually having to need to make contact with them. That's cool.
提升自身伤害，并掌控风蚀效应。在战斗中，
Yeah, like
它会
right
借助
there.
3把剑的力量对敌人进行攻击，部分技能还能为目标施加风蚀效应。
哦，这3把剑难道就是之前剧情中出现过的铁尔芬、奥特尔和赫格利吧？
Oh, she's using all 3 of the swords we had to find?
可没少哎。
相信漂泊者们对这3把剑一定不陌生。当卡提西亚释放常态攻击的最后一段共鸣技能和重击时，会分别在场上留下3种不同的剑之影；而在卡提西亚使用下落攻击的时候，便会吸收剑之影的力量，强化自己的攻击。当卡提西亚释放共鸣解放后，能够变身为弗路德利斯的形态。弗路德利斯拥有强大的战斗能力，在吸收剑之影的力量后，还能进一步强化
You become the boss!
效应的掌控能力。
帅，实在是太帅了！2种形态的卡地西亚我都喜欢。
在满足一定的条件时，卡提西亚能够始终保持弗路德利斯的形态。弗路德利斯还拥有一些特殊的能力。作为蜂巢之王，他可以在水面上行走哦。
She can walk on
据卡提西亚
water!
本人说，
She can walk on water! She can walk on water! What do you mean? I don't need to worry about what? What? She can just straight up walk on water.
在使用弗路德利斯的形态。不过，据卡提西亚本人说，在使用弗路德利斯的形态的时候，他也会有一些小小的烦恼，比如他的话语和动作都要控制得更加稳重、有气势一些，还挺难的。
即便外形会在使用力量的时候发生改变，但卡地夏还是那个卡地夏。
漂泊者可以与不同形态的他在一起，探索索拉里斯的各个角落。在 2.4 版本中，全新5星信刀不屈命定之冠也将同步上线。这是一把教会秘传的仪式细剑。
Oh, that is such a cool looking sword.
修长的剑刃，通体设计克制而优雅，给人一种神圣洁净的感觉。拔剑后，剑身上还会出现潺潺流动的蓝色气息。
整把剑看起来颜色与它的服饰非常搭配哦，感觉非常合适。
介绍完大家已经很熟悉的卡提西亚了，接下来就介绍我们即将在七丘认识的新公民者路帕吧。在 2.4 版本中，漂泊者们可以和路帕一同组队参与比赛，向决斗比赛的冠军发起冲击。
那就让我们以热烈的掌声和欢呼，请出这位七丘的决斗士，赛场上万众瞩目的新星路帕。
路帕。
路帕
So with that tail, she's a fox girl, isn't she?
使用长刃作为武器。
Fusion.
画面
Okay.
路帕看起来威风凛凛，他有一把火焰长枪，还有像狼一样的獠牙。
Never mind,
甚至还有
Wolf.
一条
Wolf.
毛茸茸的狼
Even though
尾巴
foxes are technically
是的
canines.
路帕的尾巴是他共鸣能力带来的身体异化。他很喜欢决斗赛事，会对比赛的录像一遍遍复盘。在赛场上的打法也很有爆发感，是七丘决斗赛场上引人瞩目的新星。凭借着自身实力，路帕深受决斗大赛观众们的喜爱。
我记得前面好像有提到，他似乎因为某些原因退出了原本的队伍繁殖队，似乎是因为七丘的部分家族在干扰比赛的正常进行。
喜欢公平竞技的路帕一直对于作弊行为非常不认可，他对赛场有着最纯粹的追求与热爱，享受着竞技本身带来的快乐。作为经验丰富的决斗士，路帕擅长使用一柄特别的长枪，在战斗的过程中灵巧的移动，他还能够在空中对敌人发动攻击。
看来 被路帕盯住的目标很难逃脱他的追猎啊。
Ooh, okay, that kick
发
with
动
the
共鸣技能
spear.
时，它会向空中跃起。此时，路帕可以发动强化共鸣技能，从空中对敌人进行攻击，并获取特殊
Man, this
能量
reminds me of
冷焰
Zeta
冷气
from
狼焰可以通过释放强
Relink,
化重击
and the
或者
fact
空
that
中
Zeta
攻击
could just
获得狼
stay in
魂。
the air as long as she wanted.
在获得足够的狼魂后，路帕可以释放狼舞的绝艺及。
I need to get
此时
back to playing
如果切换
Relink
其
again.
他
That's
队
a
友
really
上
good
场
game.
路帕便会停留在场上，伺机而动。当队友释放共鸣解放时，路帕便会配合队友共同攻击敌人。
路帕的打法非常团队啊。
没错，当路帕释放共鸣解放后，便能提升狼焰的
How do
护体
you
效率。
even come
不
up
仅
with
如
these
此
ideas
它的
for
共鸣解放
animations?
还能为队友带来狼的护佑，展开火焰光环，提升队友的伤害。而当队友不慎被击飞的时候，路帕还会帮助队友，让队友自动脱离受击和击飞的状态。
是非常可靠的路帕。相信有了这位可靠的搭档，漂泊者的队伍一定可以打赢冠军赛，获得属于冠军的荣耀勋章。
没错，期待漂泊。
Might sound crazy, but I'll probably summon for Lupa instead of Cardathea. Hey, I don't blame you. These two options, Cardathea and Lupa, they look really crazy. Here's the thing for me, though. When it comes to pulling for characters in some of the gachas that I do play, I have an affinity towards characters seen as, like, godly characters or incredibly powerful lore-wise. Those are the ones that I tend to steer towards. So I might end up going for Cardathea simply because when she's in her fleur-de-lis form, she's just 9 feet tall, a giant woman, and not only and just floating in the air, can walk on water, just an air of superiority over basically everyone. And also that special art where she basically just splits the heavens and the seas, and all you see is just a flash, and you're dead. So I am pulling for that, because that sort of power appeals to me greatly. Even if it's a spectacle, I just find it very cool. So I may end up pulling for Cardathea. Kratos about to walk in the arena. Oh, we ain't beating Kratos. Ain't nobody beating Kratos.
在2.4剧情里享受赛场带来的快乐吧。同时。
Give me a sec. Mail just came in, and I'm looking for a package. Let me go down and check on that real quick. Hold tight, everyone. Thank you for your patience. Oh, it's a good thing this isn't live, right? I don't know about that, cause Rover might beat Kratos. Well, that is true. Rover is an incredibly overpowered being, hampered by the game being a gacha and limiting our power.
时，我们也将推出一把全新的5星长刃焰痕。
听说这把武器是路帕亲手设
These
计的。
weapon designs are
没
really
错
good.
决斗士的武器就是决斗士本人的肖像画。路帕亲手设计了这把充满魄力的大剑，作为自己在
Man,
赛
this
场
looks
上的
good.
新名片。这把大剑通身燃烧着炽烈的绯红色火焰，剑柄镶嵌着显眼的狼头浮雕，和他本人的战斗风格十分契合。
以上就是对卡迪西亚和路帕的介绍。接下来，就让我们稍事休息一下，给大家送上我们本次前瞻通讯的第一个兑换码。
漂泊者们记得在兑换码的有效期内，在游戏内设置界面进行兑换哦。
Shadow of Glory. I'm gonna go ahead and boot up WuWa so I can start putting these codes in while we're watching. Looks like the weapon is infused with carnage. Yeah, doesn't it? Doesn't it look like a... If this was the version... If this was... Like, let's look at this weapon real quick. This is the all black. If the first symbiote that Null made was red instead of black. So this would be the all red. Imagine if Null created Carnage first. Or, you know, created a symbiote that behaved like Carnage before Cletus Cassidy, obviously. And it just turned into this sword. That's what the Wildfire Mark is.
听说这把武器是路帕亲手设计的。
没错，决斗士的武器就是决斗士本人的肖像画。路帕亲手设计了这把充满魄力的大剑，作为自己在赛场上的新名片。这把大剑设置界面进行兑换哦。
So Shadow of Glory is the first code. Asteroids, resources, everything. They really created a fake commercial for a fake energy drink.
Special energy drink of the Aegon of Champions.
What? It's an actual it's an actual inverse commercial!
Heartpour, official energy drink of the Aegon of Champions. Heartpour, fuel the Septimon's pulse.
They actually made a fake drink.
Confrontation. Cooperation. Latest Great Aegon schedule is here. 4 finalists to start their epic showdown. Catch the latest on the Great Aegon on screen with Breen. Septimon Great Aegon. Hunt for glory.
This game has its my goodness, I'm sorry. Woohoo! This game, they created commercials, in-universe commercials for this. Time to hide. Oh, all right. I forgot I have Nightbot set. Yep, I gotta do what the Nightbot says. I gotta stretch and get some water real quick. I forgot I just set that up yesterday, so that way, you know, it can do certain things for the channel. I gotta do some new stuff as well. Add some more commands. But I'll do that for a sec. I'll do that in a sec. All right. Got me some water.
刚刚播放的这段广告看起来就像七丘的旅游宣传片啊！
没错，七丘的竞技比赛吸引了不少旅客前来观赛，在七丘的城区里也处处有着竞技元素的体现哦。
那么接下来闲话少说，一起来看看全新地区七丘的景色吧。
Okay, who's coming here? Disney's Hercules? Question, what are my thoughts? Because the music is kind of loud. What are my thoughts on Wuthering Waves if they collabed with Transformers? While I would be happy, it would still disappoint me to know that the only way we're getting anything new Transformers-wise in any game, shape, or fashion would have to be a collab through another main title. So while I would like the collab, I'd be disappointed that the only way we can get anything new Transformers game-wise is through another game that isn't Transformers. So I would like it, but also be disappointed. That's my opinion anyway.
这次我们的七丘城建筑看起来非常高大呀。
的确，七丘的主城位于卡比托山，大部分竞技活动都在山顶的上城区进行，后来逐渐往下城区扩建，而浸没在水中的旧城区已经因为上一次的黑潮爆发而被废弃了。
那我们能不能现在就进七丘城里看看？光是俯瞰七丘，我感觉不太过瘾哦。
那好吧，这就带漂泊者看看七丘城。这里就是七丘城的内部。建筑非常高大，地板上铺着红毯，周围都是决斗士的雕像，非常有竞技氛围。沿着路往前走，就能看到决斗场了。
If they have nothing but carpet on the ground, that must be a pain to clean.
是动态电子屏，很好。我已经开始感受到漂泊者在这里拿冠军的氛围了。
往这边路走，可以去七丘人常去的餐厅。这里就是餐厅烈日。吧台上有各种各样的饮品提供给观赛的观众，听说路帕也喜欢在这里用餐哦。在七丘的街道上，也能经常看到有各种不同的生骸出没，决斗士们会和生骸搭档一起训练，一起参加决斗比赛。
诶，那个电子屏广告上的人是路帕吗？
是的，路帕是人气高涨的竞技明星选手，所以能够接到一些商品的广告。听说这一款叫做影星的饮品很好喝，路帕也非常喜欢呢。那么七丘城内的场景就先给大家展示到这里了。除了大竞技场和餐厅之外，七丘城内还有七丘浴场和大型酒店。
你提到的七丘大浴场是个什么地方？
无论是观赛者还是参赛者，七丘人都习惯在比赛后去浴场泡泡热水，放松酸痛的肌肉和紧绷的神经，是很惬意的放松方式呢。七丘的旅游产业如此发达，漂泊者自然也可以来感受一下了。
You can share a hot
在经历诸多
spring
战斗之后，肌肉
with
酸痛和
another
神经紧绷都是在所
resonator.
难免的。这时候就前往七丘浴场放松放松吧。
那听说在七丘的野外，也时不时会传来神秘的龙啸声。感兴趣的漂泊者们也可以去七丘的野外调查一番哦。
在探索的路途中，有时还会碰到一些阻碍前进的障碍物，而一具来自七丘的古英雄铠便会成为漂泊者的帮手，
Hold on
帮助你斩断前路的障碍。
好像在
Ooh.
城市里
When
面
did we
看
get
到
a
不少
stand?
路边的小深海，它们漂浮在空中，好像还有些奇妙的动作。
是不是还挺可爱的？他们的名字叫做啪嗒，是会为竞技选手加油鼓劲的啦啦队深海。
原来是啦啦队啊！那在漂泊者上台竞技的时候，相信他们会更卖力的加油的吧？
另外，还记得竞技场上盘旋的电子屏吗？仔细看，有一个带鱼模样的深海，是它在为大家提供竞技场上的电子屏显示，可以实时播报赛场上的动态哦。
所以这就是传说中的带鱼屏。
除了有趣的带鱼屏和啦啦队之外，我们也会在七丘遇到各种不同的残像和深海。首先呢，先给大家一起介绍一下都很熟悉的面孔：小翼龙衍射、小翼龙热熔以及小翼龙湮灭。
看起来小翼龙已经凑齐6种属性的战队了。
除了大家都十分熟悉的小翼龙之外，我们还有几种全新的深海，它们分别是苦信者的作用。
And Ramil, you say even the Resonators got sponsors? Hey, I'm just waiting on mine.
传道者的移形，狡恶，梦魇凯尔体。
Oh, okay.
此外，七丘地区还有一些比较有特色的敌人。在七丘有许多游荡的决斗士，当他们进入战斗之后，还会换来自己的深海伙伴，与深海共同进行战斗。另外，我们在七丘还将面对新的敌人——荣耀狮象。传说它守护着七丘主城，通常只会在大决斗赛上出现。能得到它的认可，是所有七丘人都渴望的至高荣耀。 此外，在故事的尾声，我们还会与一个名叫荣光的灰烬的敌人进行战斗，他的战斗技巧也非常娴熟，很有压迫力。
是会在七丘决斗冠军赛的决赛中再和他们进行战斗吗？
这就要等漂泊者进入剧情后再体验一下了。同时，在2.4版本还会推出2个新的深海和鸣效果
New Sonata
梦带
effects
荣光之旅与奔狼
Windward
燎原之夜
Pilgrimage and
愿带
Flaming
荣光之旅
Claw Print
能让佩戴的公民者攻击存在风蚀效应的敌人时，为公民者提升暴击与气动伤害加成，而奔狼燎原之焰则能为公民者的公民解放伤害提供额外的加成。
希望七丘地区的新深海以及新的深海套装能给漂泊者们带来新的体验。接下来为大家带来本次前瞻的第2个兑换码，希望各位漂泊者们能够及时上线兑换并领取哦。
Flames of Heart.
Countless echoes, limitless tactics. Join Peaks of Prestige, a great Aegon for echoes. Glory
WuWa
calls,
has its
and the
own
arena
in-universe.
awaits.
WuWa has its own in-universe ads. That's funny to me.
Aegon merch drop. Available now. Pedley's, official retailers of the Aegon of Champions merchandise. Order now and get the best picks at Septimont.
欢迎回来。
Question. Question. Does Genshin do anything like this? I'm being serious right now. Do they do anything like this? This is actual effort.
大家好，我是大家的新朋友策划阿凯。接下来我会和霸王一起给大家介绍2.4版本的相关活动及优化安排。
话不多说，阿凯，赶紧跟大家讲一下2.4版本具体都有什么样的活动和优化吧。
好的，让我们先把目光放在我们2位新公民者身上吧。 在2.4版本中，我们将开启5星共鸣者卡提西亚的活动换取，却也在蜂巢后轻舞。里纳西塔过去的圣女，现在的流浪骑士，以及属于你的剑卡提西亚，将成为大家的同行者。武器不屈命定之冠的活动换取也将同期开启。而在卡提西亚的活动换取，却也在蜂巢后轻舞结束后，将开启我们的7秋竞技明星选手。
Yeah, I want Cardathea. I want Cardathea.
路帕的活动换取，胜利为我喝彩。当然，武器焰痕的活动换取也将同期开启。
Look at that. That really is a symbiote on that
内
sword.
容要介绍啊！你看，天气已经这么热了，之前说好了夏日服饰，是不是该给大家带来一些
Summer
新消息了？
outfits.
好嘞，在2.4版本中，长离的特别定制系列服饰、桂枝宁服以及克莱塔的特别定制服饰“夏日旖旎”将会上架商城。获取长离、克莱塔的特别定制服饰，可解锁换上了全新服饰的共鸣者头像。在2.4版本，商城还将上架全新深海幻影套装，典藏幻影金辉黎明。购买后可获取滑翔幻影金辉黎明、翱翔幻影金辉黎明及新生。详细的礼包情况，漂泊者们可关注后续的官方公告。
除了咱们新
I like the
共
look
鸣
of
者
that.
和新服饰外，还有一个点，我觉得
No new 4 stars? When are we gonna get our overpowered old dudes? When are we gonna get our guards? When are we gonna get our Yamamotos? When are we gonna get our old man Netero?
新内容。
当然有了，在七秋有一个名为《荣耀之秋》的深海决斗游戏，可以通过终端远程控制深海的排兵布阵，与七秋的决斗家们进行深海战斗。据说很多人以传说中的巅峰决斗家称号为目标，踏上了挑战强者的旅途。
也就是说，我们在2.4版本也可以成为决斗家喽。
是的，2.4版本将开启活动。激斗向着荣耀之秋，漂泊者们可以参加活动，组建属于自己的深海队伍。在活动中，大家可以使用终端对手中的深海进行布阵与升级。每只深海都有自己独特的战斗方式，而作为队伍核心的深海，则需要满足一定条件才能在战场中出战。
As a person who's played Genshin and seen similar stuff before, like what WuWa's doing here isn't anything new because Genshin did the same thing, what with their trading card game that I, for the life of me, really wanted to end because I was only doing it just so I could get my hands on the primo gems of it. I couldn't care less about the playing card game, but no, not only do you have to do the tutorial for the trading card game, but you also need to fight 3 other people and beat them before you can claim 600 free primo gems. So at that point, I was like, yeah, I don't care about this at all. I don't care about any of these little mini games. If they will give me resources so I can summon more people, I'll play them, but I have no love or care for them in my heart. So, I'm looking at this, and maybe it's because I'm leaning towards liking Wuthering Waves way more than I ever did Genshin, but I feel like I wouldn't mind doing this. I wouldn't mind playing it. But it's similar to Genshin. They've done it before. Ah, but the difference is I like Wuthering Waves.
另外，漂泊者可以通过选择不同的角色策略，对战局的走势施加影响哦。组成自己喜欢的深海队伍后，漂泊者还能挑战七丘当地的决斗家，与他们进行荣耀对决，获取荣誉勋章，进一步增加自身的战斗力，解锁更多的奖励。参与活动可以获得新生奖励、深海意象巨布偶以及深海幻影凯旋时刻，
组建属于自己的深海小队，收集荣誉勋章，成为七丘最强的决斗家吧。
是的。
哎，阿凯，七丘人除了决斗冠军赛和深海竞技游戏《荣耀之秋》之外，还有其他的竞技形式吗？
当然有啦！你看七丘的城区是不是也像一个巨大的竞技场？在完成潮汐任务第2章第6幕“燃烧的心”后，大家就可以参与全新的区域活动——惊奇部落。
哦，是在七丘城区里面开展的竞技比赛吗？
它和决斗比赛稍有不同，它是七丘官方开展的具备挑战性的模拟狩猎活动。
有挑战性，那我就来兴趣了。如何有挑战性呢？
惊奇部落活动开启后，七丘的上下城区会被划分为几块不同的区域，每一块区域都竖立着大大小小的旗帜。完成战斗或者探索区域里的旗帜，就能提升历练等级，从而提高共鸣者的战斗能力。其中每个区域都会有一个核心旗帜，由十分强大的敌人进行守护。漂泊者们只要攻占了核心旗帜，便可以占领整片区域，并获得对应的奖励啦。每个区域的战斗难度均不相同，上城区的战斗会比下城区更高一些。
那除了占领非核心旗帜、提高等级、获取增益之外，我们还有什么战胜敌人的特殊方式吗？
当共鸣者在战斗中进行闪避反击、逆势回击等操作技巧，就能获取额外的战斗增益，提升即时战斗能力，让漂泊者越战越勇哦。另外，提升区域占领度，漂泊者可以获取新生、意象幽灵火等奖励。在2.4版本结束后，没有完成惊奇部落挑战赛的漂泊者，依然可以继续通过常驻活动界面了解活动的相关信息。
那还等什么呢？
Missed opportunity to introduce a PvP where players can only use one resonator and fight it out in the arena. Honestly, when they started talking about competition, the idea did pop up in my head that, hey, wait, are there any other competition-like things we can do in this game? And what popped in my head was like, there is no way they would ever introduce PvP. There would be. Because think about it. The people who would... here's the thing of why that probably will never happen. Simply because there are people who will go out of their way to shove as many dollars as they can to make their character as overpowered as possible. And that would just... while Genshin would have no problem with people spending copious amounts of money on it, even if it doesn't make sense, Wuthering Waves, I don't think, wants to put people out to pasture by saying, hey, you can use your resonators, but people who, you know, make sure they max out their characters, they'll have a significant advantage over you. The balancing, the whole thing, you have to think about balancing for a game like this. Trying to introduce people and players to play against each other would introduce a whole bevy of issues. How do I say this? I keep getting beaten. I keep getting beat. I can't say words. Why can't I just say this? I keep getting beat by this one dude who... There it is. Why was that so hard for me? I keep getting beat by this one dude who spent all this money to max out his one resonator and I can never win against him. Oh well. I can just imagine the complaints from this. So I feel like PvP in this game, with the way the game is actually set up, it would be way more work than any of us realize. But that's me.
现在就要用我的实力去占领整个气球。不过你说，漂泊者能在完全不提升历练等级的情况下，直接去挑战最高难度的惊奇战斗吗？
如果能确保无伤的话，或许会有机会哦。我非常期待各位漂泊者的挑战哦。
说到七丘城区，阿凯，这次新地块七丘会有和探索相关的活动吗？
有的。这次我们也将开放3个与气球相关的探索度活动。首先是荣光永恒之丘区域探索活动，漂泊者们在完成七丘的各类探索任务后，即可获取新生、养成材料等相关奖励。其次，大家可以参与战灵追衡活动，在高低落差极大的气球城区里进行穿梭，留下自己的足迹。最后，我们也再次追加开放了行旅图集七丘限时探索度活动，将七丘区域的探索度提升至对应要求，可获得新生等奖励。希望建筑宏伟、充满竞技活力的气球能给大家带来不一样的探索体验。话说回来，霸王，最近你有听说我们的老朋友马季的新消息吗？
他又遇到什么麻烦了？说来听听。
似乎转到乌物流总部后，总部对他的业务并不太看好呢。还说只给他最后一次机会，不然就要直接停掉乌邮币的兑换业务。
虽然这小子鬼点子多，但他组织的服务确实很方便，也给我们带来了不少报酬。要是业务被砍掉，那还是非常可惜的呀。
所以这次也拜托漂泊者们来帮忙了，参与乌企划重宴活动，完成相关任务，即可获得乌邮币，获取新生、幻生纹等奖励。除了新的探索度活动之外，我们也新增了一些漂泊者们喜欢的战斗内容。首先是全息挑战凯尔比，
原来是他！相信体验过幽夜幻梦任务的漂泊者们，一定对这个形态特别的敌人有深刻的印象吧？
没错，想要再次与凯尔比战斗的漂泊者一定要来试试哦。而另外一个战斗活动就是新的危机挑战活动——区域危局维度超验。这次小机器人库卡基游历了黎纳西塔和气球，为大家模拟出了更加强大的。
I saw that, Don. I am going to need to mess with Nightbot. Because it shouldn't have deleted your messages like that. Yeah, I'm gonna need to edit Nightbot. Heavily. I am so sorry about that. Because this is my first time trying out Nightbot on chat, and I couldn't try it on any test streams that weren't public. So this is my first time trying it out. But seeing this immediately, yep, definitely gonna have to go into the settings and mess with it so it doesn't do that to you again. Sorry about that. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Hold on, so that way it doesn't display anything. Let me pull up Nightbot and actually just go ahead and fix that now. Okay, let's see. Chat moderation. Disable. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay, we should be good now. So, Don, try typing up something in all caps. Try typing something in all caps.
的敌人。
在这次活动中，各位漂泊者们还有机会看到乌龟的谬误和辽兆之旗同时在场上出现的场景，这看起来就非常有压迫感。当然，我们也提供了更多的适用角色及配对，并且增加了每次战斗中可装配的支援模组数量。每次战斗都可以装配2种支援模组，让大家可以更加畅快地战胜敌人。
此外，在这次活动中，我们还额外添加了一些极具挑战性、需要完成其他所有词条以后才能解锁的特殊复合模组，它们会让战斗难度急剧增加。喜欢挑战的漂泊者们不要错过哦！
在上次的虚域危局原型解算中，漂泊者们达到一定的复合等级就能拿到帅气的称号。我们这次还会有的吧？
包的。我们为乐于挑战的漂泊者准备了新的称号，只要完成一定复合等级的挑战，就能获取全新称号——区域的临界点。那么接下来就进入系统优化内容的介绍。
不知道大家是否还记得
Wait a minute, I'm just now realizing that I missed out on what this is supposed to be entirely.
想要再次与卡尔比战斗的漂泊者一定要来试试哦。
Okay, Kelpie.
体验过？
首先是全息挑战凯尔比，
原来是他！相信体验过幽夜幻梦任务的漂泊
Just
者
so
们
much because of this? It's fine. I needed to go ahead and take care of it now so it doesn't ruin you guys chatting while Nightbot is an active thing on the channel as a whole. So it was far more important for me to take care of that. Thankfully, I can rewind stuff back so I can look at it because we're already getting towards the end of this broadcast anyway. So this was necessary. Don't even think anything about it. Don't even think anything about it, Don. You're perfectly all right.
一定对这个形态特别的敌人有深刻的印象吧？
没错，想要再次与卡尔比战斗的漂泊者一定要来试试哦。而另外一个战斗活动就是新的危机挑战活动—— 区域微局，维度超验。这次小机器人库卡基游历了黎纳西塔和气球，为大家模拟出了更加强大的敌人。
在这次活动中，各位漂泊者们还有机会看到乌龟的谬误和辽兆之旗同时在场上出现的场景。
Wait, you're fighting?
非常有压迫感。
Why are you fighting two of them at
更多的实用
once?
角色及配对，
Why are you
并且
fighting
增
two
加
of them
每次
at
战斗中
once?
可装配的支援模组数量。每次战斗都可以装配2种支援模组，让大家可以更加畅快地战胜敌人。
此外，在这次活动中，我们还额外添加了一些极具挑战性、需要完成其他所有词条以后才能解锁的特殊复合模组，它们会让战斗难度急剧增加。喜欢挑战的漂泊者们不要错过哦！
在上次的虚域微局原型解算中，漂泊者们达到一定的复合等级就能拿到帅气的称号。我们这次还会有的吧？
包的包的，我们为乐于挑战的漂泊者准备了新的称号，只要完成一定复合等级的挑战，就能获取全新称号——区域的临界点。那么接下来就进入系统优化内容的介绍。
System
大家
optimization.
是否还记得我们拍照系统中的滤镜功能？
这个我知道，可以调整滤镜强度，方便的对画面进行氛围调色。不过这个系统退出拍照界面后就不能再使用了，实在是有点遗憾。
哎，那这次我们就来弥补这个遗憾。2.4版本更新后，漂泊者们打开设置页面，就能在图像设置里找到全局滤镜功能，选择喜欢的滤镜，调整合适滤镜强度，并应用之后，就能对全部画面应用滤镜效果。
Yo,
没错，
just a
将
full-on
这次更新的
permanent,
全局滤镜功
a
能
full-on
与全局
filter.
亮度、对比度等调整功能叠加使用，还能调整出更多不同的效果哦。各位漂泊者们一定要试试看呐！我们也在持续优化开放世界场景的细节交互表现。比如，当漂泊者行走在气球的落叶之上，或者在落叶上进行攻击，都会有对应的交互表现。
Just a little bit
再比
more
如
immersion.
当漂泊者贴近水面，
Oh,
翱翔
I
时
like that.
水面也
I
会出现
like
被
that.
激起水花
Water
的
being
交互
kicked
效
up
果
when we're flying
我们
over
希
it.
望这些优化能给漂泊者们带来更好的体验。
此外，在这个版本，我们还对快速体验2.0版本剧情功能进行了优化。在漂泊者首次跟随任务流程激活荆州的中枢信标时，即可解锁活动，前往林纳西塔。
在2.4版本，我们还会上线剧情专注模式。漂泊者们在进入专注模式后，角色与场景将再也不会被其他任务占用，不会被其他任务打断目前的潮汐任务进程了。另外，我们还将在
Nice.
游戏
This
内
is
上
all
线
what we
攻略站
wanted.
以后漂泊者们在培养
Ooh, a
攻略者
guide
时
on
就可以
characters?
直接在游戏内打开攻略站寻。
Okay, so my question is, with these Resonator build guides, is this also going to be built from players who frequent a certain way of building their characters and they get the information from that in order to build the guide? Because having a Resonator build guide that is universal of what everyone should strive for a character, without having to look on YouTube for one person who has one that works for them, but one that can work for everyone, I want that. Added in-game build guides. Find the information you need to help build your resonators more efficiently, because that's what you need. You don't need your resonators to be overpowered and have tons of attack. You need them to be efficient, just in case you make a mistake.
寻找对应的攻略啦！攻略站页面会发布创作者们的角色攻略以及养成建议、配对思路等内容，从各个方面为漂泊者提供所需要的参考。
太好了，这样以后想要寻找养成攻略的时候，就可以直接在游戏内进行搜索了。
最后，为了庆祝七丘决斗冠军赛的启幕，在2.4版本开启后，我们将通过邮件为各位漂泊者。
You saw him too, right? I saw him and I'm like, what are you doing up there? No one plays you. Why is the fraud up there? That's his name! That's his name! We don't even call him anything else. We just call him the fraud. That's his name now. All the times I was supposed to get a 5-star of what I wanted, but still couldn't, but I got him instead. I made sure that his companion mission was the first one I completed and got out of the way.
送上10个福金波纹奖励。希望漂泊者们能享受这场气球最大的决斗盛世。
游戏内的活动讲完了，这个版本还有没有什么其他的活动可以和各位漂泊者们分享的？
有的，各位喜欢且关注二创的漂泊者们是否还记得，今年年初的索拉烛心舞台呢？来自全世界的创作者们为各位带来了一场节目丰富的二创盛宴。在2.4版本期间，我们将会为漂泊者们带来全新的同人创作节目《索拉滨海意识》。节目目前在积极的筹备中，具体的播出信息和平台，请各位漂泊者们多多留意后续的社媒信息。
哎，阿凯，我们这次还会有周边这方面的情报吗？
虽然目前能透露的情报不多，但是还是有一个可以透露的：骑士卡迪西亚登场。没错，卡迪西亚的骑士手将在不久后与大家见面，敬请期待哦。更多相关周边情报，漂泊者们可以前往官方社媒账号了解哦。
接下来为大家送上本次前瞻通讯的最后一个兑换码，大家记得及时进入游戏兑换领取哦。
Agonison。
好，那么以上就是2.4版本轻质换物之冕前瞻通讯的全部内容啦。
卡提西亚和路帕都在七丘等待着你的到来。
那么，漂泊者们，我们6月12日在七丘的大竞技场等待您的登台。
让我们一起前往七丘，不见不散，拜拜。
So my thing is, this is going to be dropping the same week as Donkey Kong Bonanza!
Allow me to share with you a tale.
Well, actually, hold on.
Tale of
七丘的大等待着你的到来。
那么，漂泊
全部内容啦。
卡提西亚。
以上就是2.4版本轻质换物之冕前瞻通讯的全部内容啦。
卡提西亚和路帕都在七丘等待着你的到来。
那么，漂泊者们，我们6月12日在七丘的大竞技场等待您的登台。
Sorry, no, I'm wrong. Not June, not July. Why did I think July? Sorry. Donkey Kong Bonanza comes out in July. Donkey Kong Bonanza comes out in July. This comes out basically 2 weeks from now. So that's going to be a busy week.
让我们一起前往七丘，不见不散，拜拜。
All the effort they put into doing these things. Mind you, this desk was specifically made for this.
Allow me to share with you a tale of struggle by a people born of and fated to perish in the sea. In the land of glory, where every soul pines for lasting victory, one truth lies forgotten. The brighter the flame of glory burns, the deeper their shadows grow. A living soul who slumbers in the netherworld, lost in the tides of reveries. Pulled in by nostalgic music of homeland, she stumbles her way across the world beyond.
Pralaba?
An observer of the future and the laws of causality, she sings a silent fate. For no one knows who will be crowned the hero of heroes in the end. As doom looms over Renacita, an outlander returns whence they came. Slowly, they join the crowd pilgriming toward the kingdom rising in the dark waves. And you're curious as to how it all ends? Of that I have no knowledge. All I know is this. Those blessed by the seed are ever doomed to bear its curse.
Is this the after credit scene you wanted me to see? Are the golems flexing? Are they flexing? Huh! Huh! Was that all? Work in progress does not represent the final look of the game. Oh! Yo! The head honcho of Septimont? Hello, new person! Does this mean that Froliva's gonna become a playable person? Who are you? Who are you? Why you look like you got one half of the scissors from Kill la Kill? And she got guns! Who are you people? Are those future playable characters? Okay, that looks to be the end. This looks to be the end of the session. Okay, all right, we got a new spot of Renacita opening up, Septimont. I am so tempted to just say Sephiroth for some reason, but we got a new story lining up. Cardathia has gone off on her own. We're gonna get Cardathia as a playable character, along with her secondary form of Fleur de Lis and all of her giant woman goodness, along with a very cool looking sword. Wow. Ooh. This is interesting. Alright, this is something definitely to look forward to on June 12th. Man. And if that last scene was anything to go by, those are new characters, new resonators we might be getting. People are saying she looks more like Malvika more than Mavuika. It's bad when you got characters from another game that look better than the characters that you made in yours. Because with her, she actually looks like she belongs in the air, but Malvika is the only person that says, "Hey, I live in the mountains. I live in this giant mountainous region. You want to know what I use to get around? A motorcycle." But here, this woman, whoever she is, that is, yeah, she's not Wonder Woman. She's more like Wonder Woman's mom. I forget her name. Queen something. The Queen of Themyscira. I forget Wonder Woman, Diana's mom's. I forget her name. I forget her name. Okay. Got characters that really fit the mood and the environment that they're in. Not like Genshin that has like characters that say, "Hey, I live in the mountains, but I also use 8-bit game graphics to zip around a map." "Hey, I live in the mountains, but I skate around on rollerblades." So it's kind of because if I remember correctly, there's no one else in Genshin that actually uses rollerblades other than that one cat chick. Other than her. And I'm not trying to bash Genshin. Apologies if it sounds like I am. But it's... I feel like for me, characters that come from an area and those characters look like they fit in that area and the area also fits them as well, I feel like that is way more appealing than characters that just say they're from an area or the game says they're from an area and the environment does not correlate to how these individuals look. So I am looking forward because firstly, okay, so you guys remember when I was talking about the actual Wuthering Waves YouTube uploaded the Resonator highlights for new characters? Say less, because we're already here. We are already here. Let's check out videos. Is it shorts? Could it possibly be shorts? Ooh, okay. The long-awaited performance. Froliva. Okay, so that's how Frolivas look. That's Froliva. Incisor of the Strings of Annihilation. Why did it just go past everything I just did? What the heck? It just went past everything I just did. Okay, it's going backwards, actually. It's going backwards. Incisor of the Strings of Annihilation. Okay, now everything's frozen. Why is it doing this? Here we go. There we got it. Chissa? It is a pair of scissors! That's a pair of scissors. That also has a ruler on the side. It's a pair of scissors. I was joking. It's actually a pair of scissors. Okay, Ryoko Matoi. It's actually a pair of scissors. The Lone Wayfaring Swordsman. Chiu-yuan? Yeah, I'm gonna say that. Chiu-yuan. Okay. Okay. Does he have a judgment cut, though? Devil ever bathed in purifying flames. Her? Galarena. Devil ever bathed in purifying flames? She's like a mixture of like Virgil with the black and blues, but also Dante with the gun, with the ebony and ivory. I need to know more about this person! Okay, let's see. Moon arrow that anchors shifts of fate. Does that say Juno? Hold on, does that say Juno? Iuno! No! Iuno! Iuno! And does she have like a giant discus to use? The undying sun eternally ablaze. Augusta. Ooh. Augusta. These characters, how do you come up with this? How do you come up with this? Not only that, but even the whole Septimont looks and feels more like the Nation of War more than Atlan. That's crazy. That's crazy. Because if you go to Atlan, you wouldn't think off the top of your head that any wars have been waged in that place. But you look at Septimont once, and you automatically think, huh, this is just a giant area dedicated to gladiators and fighting. I would not be surprised if everyone here knows how to fight and duke it out. You can get that impression just from the aesthetics of the location. Genshin dropped the ball when it comes to representation of nations, I'm gonna say. They dropped the ball as soon as we got Natlin. As soon as we got Natlin. Mind you, they may have been dropping the ball well before Natlin, but Natlin was the nail in the coffin where people says, yeah, I'd rather play some other gachas. But Augusta, these character designs though, like how do you come up with the concept of these? Just think about that for a second. The amount of effort that comes into designing this, pitching this, and then it becomes an actual character. These designs are good, are very good. And I believe that is it for the shorts. Yeah, that's it for the shorts. So we have Froliva, we have Chisa, we have Chiu Yuan, we have Iono's here. Her is Valerena. Yeah, Valerena, and then Augusta. Wow. Okay. And these are characters who are currently in the works. Interesting. Very interesting. All right. Okay. 2.4. Okay, 2.4. And the thing is, this was supposed to be just a preview of 2.4. And it felt more like, hey, this is just a little something we're working on. Not even a major big something to the point of a whole new region. It's just a part of Renacita, but that we get to have access to. But this was good. This was actually good. I like that. I like that little preview. I like what they did. Okay, all right. Wuthering Waves, you still got my attention. Now you got me feeling. Maybe now I gotta save up for Cardathea, and then I gotta save up for that one chick with the guns. There's a rumor, don't trust it, that one of those 5 stars is going to be free, just like Zhangli Yao. I'll believe that when I see it, because a lot of us were hoping we would get like a free 5-star for the 1-year anniversary, and, well, we all know how that turned out. So I'm not going to hold my breath on that. But I will say this, Wuthering Waves is definitely holding my attention. And mind you, I say all this while a whole bunch of other gachas are being announced and are going to be coming out soon. Like, I forget that one gacha that's coming out that had them driving through this giant entire city, that had the Spider-Man swinging and, taking cars to drive throughout the city and all this stuff that looks like it was too good to be true. We got that. Then we got Silver Paradise, or whatever it's called, the one that's set in like Victorian London with, werewolves and all these well-dressed people. We got that. There's just a lot of gachas out right now. And mind you, my stance on gachas has not changed ever since I've been playing a lot of Wuthering Waves. It has not changed. I still don't like gachas. I don't like the mechanics of gachas. I just don't like what gachas represent in general. Because a lot of series that deserve console games or otherwise are being shorthanded because gachas is just so accessible to do. So I natively don't like gachas as a whole, but I do like good gameplay. So there is a compromise. But there's just so many gachas coming out. When a gacha stops feeling like a gacha, that's when you know it's good. See, I know Wuthering Waves is a gacha, but I don't boot it up with the thought of like, well, time to play this gacha again. No, it's like, time to play Wuthering Waves again, because I actually enjoy the combat. I actually enjoy doing stuff in Wuthering Waves. I don't mind grinding out in Wuthering Waves, because at least the game is kind enough to acknowledge this person's putting a lot of time into this. Let's keep rewarding them for it. There are some limitations here and there, but they're so small that it's not like I'm going to lose anything if I don't play, but I'm going to gain so much if I do. See, when you play a game like Genshin, allow me to rant a little bit, and then I'll let you all go since it's getting later in the day, and part of me wants to get back on Death Stranding so I can deliver that antimatter bomb, because I hate delivering antimatter bombs in Death Stranding, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But for me, when a game like Genshin comes out, and it's out for a while. It's been out for about, I want to say, 4 to 5 years. It's been out for that long. And when people don't play, they miss out on some incredible stuff if they don't pour as much time of their lives into it. Versus when you play, you can gain some stuff, but not too much because there are still a lot of heavy limitations. Whereas WuWa, who has only been out for has only been out a year, is already kind enough to players to be like, hey, don't worry, if you don't play, all of this stuff will be here. We still got some time limited stuff, but we make it so that you can play it. It exists for as long as up to like what, 46 or 42 days, like at a very vast period of time before it disappears. And you can take it on when you feel like it. If you miss it, don't worry. There'll be other opportunities for this to pop up. We'll be generous to you. Wuthering Waves is kinder to one's time versus Genshin that demands that you dedicate and plan your life around their schedule, and it's not even guaranteed if half the time you are grinding for a character you may not even get after spending upwards to $400 and something, close to $500 for the chance of maybe, possibly, not 100%ly getting a character that you're pulling for. See, it's messed up that they had to show. It's messed up when we found out that, hey, they're displaying the odds and how much money you're looking at spending in order for you to guarantee getting a 5-star character. And even then, within that amount, the RNG is so bad for Genshin that you are not guaranteed to get that character even if you spend $500 worth of your hard-earned money. Not only that, but you also got to consider that when you get pulled for this character, you're more than likely not going to pull for them again in the same exact pull. So now you got to think of, if a person spends up to $500 and they get that one character, now they need to get that character at least 5 different times in order for them to be maxed out. And some characters are flat out far more advantageous than others, but they're locked behind gacha grind. And if you're a free-to-play player, chances are you are not spending every single waking moment trying to grind out Asterites in order to pull for a character. Well, just not Asterites, but I meant to say Primo Gems. Grinding out Primo Gems every single time a character comes out, because the Primo Gems you get in the game can be limited. It is grossly limited to encourage you to swipe that card, find your mother's wallet, and then swipe the card in order to get the Primo Gems that you want. And when the characters, they'd come back, they'd come back when they've been power crept. Exactly. Characters that used to be strong tend to be like a lot weaker when they come back because so much has changed, the balances has changed, and then it makes it so that those characters are not as powerful or maybe not even as fun the first time they came out because they just keep changing stuff in the game. So all that to say this, a game that does not respect the time you pour into it, let alone your hard-earned money that you poured into it, is not something you should be supporting. Now, I know this is going to fall on deaf ears for those who have poured too many years of their lives into Genshin, but I feel, as a consumer, you are being flat out disrespected by a company that does not care if you go broke for them. The moment I heard that they're buying yachts, but the game isn't better, you got all these millions, but you still don't have the concept of loadouts after almost 5 years? Stuff that should be standard is still not present in a game that makes millions of dollars every single year? What are you spending this money on? Except from the fraud, everyone else is equal, and no one's been power crept. Even 4 stars are good. Cough Donjin. Yeah, I know you love Donjin, since with her ability to gain even more strength at 1% health, she's basically a walking Super Saiyan. She's basically a walking Saiyan, because the closer a Saiyan is to death, the stronger they become. So that's the same concept for Donjin. But honestly, I feel when it comes to gacha games as a whole, I have greater respect for those that respect my time, and also respect the fact that I am never going to spend money on them. That's fine. We still got plenty of content for you to enjoy, and no money needed. And even if you don't get that character, we'll bring them back eventually if you're patient. Just bear with us. But we will give you different ways to try and pull for that character. But we're not going to build the game to really incentivize that you spend money on us in order for you to get the most out of the game. So when I play Wuthering Waves, I don't feel like in order for me to fully feel like I'm getting a good amount of time out of my session, I need to grind for at least 2 to 3 hours for this one particular character, which I can do sometimes. I still need to do that for Cantarella, because I don't have her at a level that I would like for her to be at, and I'm still working on getting my rank high so I can actually get characters to their current max level, which is like, what, 80 or something? But at least I feel like I am getting my time's worth messing with this game and playing it, regardless of how many minutes I play it, whether it's 5 to 10 minutes or maybe 5 to maybe 6 hours, which we've done before. At least with this, I feel like my time isn't being wasted. Like, as soon as I turn off the game and I think about, wow, this is so much time that I spent playing this game. If you have me walking away from your game and I don't feel like I could have done something differently with all those times, all those hours that I spent on the game, then you did something good. When I don't see your game as a gacha, even though I know it's present, but I would rather just enjoy the gameplay and its story, and that's what keeps me coming back, and I don't care about the gacha X aspect of your game, you've done something good. Because not everybody is capable of doing it well, let alone maintaining it well. But that's just me. We regular folks are struggling so much just dealing with the fallacy hologram skill issue. You guys are funny. But that's just my overall opinion. I will continue to keep playing Wuthering Waves. It's a good game. It's a good game. And it's a game that I know for a fact that and mind you, I've never spent a single cent on it. All the characters that I've earned, blessed by God. God saw that I was literally looked down and says, I'ma bless him today. Let's get him Phoebe. Let's get him Cantarella. Let's get him Jinshi. Let's get him all this, and let's get him all that. I saw favor in his eyes, and I'm just like, yeah, this is good enough for me. If I can get characters like this and I never have to pay a single dime, and RNG has been good to me that well, I don't need to spend a single cent. So, okay, Nightbot, time to hydrate. I have this thing set to where every hour it tells me to hydrate and stretch. I gotta make some other commands as well. I gotta make some other commands that'll pop up during chat to make things more professional going forward. So you guys this is the first stream that I'm having this in, like I said before, so you guys get to see how things are rolling in right now. So I'll make some more commands that'll happen during sessions later on. But this was a nice preview. And I'm glad I was able to watch this. I'm glad I was able to watch this without having to split it up, like no band practice or anything. That's actually convenient, though. It is. Because one of my own mods and one of my own members, Kitty, she talked to me about this. And I've been thinking about it for a while, but I never knew exactly how to do it right. But now that I have it, this will be a good way of keeping me on track versus other things. So, for instance, I could be playing long hours, and you guys know me. I could play long amount of hours or do a long amount of hours of different things, and I may forget to eat or forget to keep myself hydrated, or let alone just stand up out of my chair so I can stretch, because sitting down for long periods of time is not good for one's posture. So it's always good to, stretch whenever possible. Speaking of which, Ooh! Ooh, that was a good one. Woo! When your back cracks and it just like pops. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like it at all. But yeah, with this will actually help me stay on track with, making sure I'm hydrated so I can give you guys the content you guys want consistently and for extended periods of time going forward. Because we're going to be very busy in June. We're going to be very busy in June. I mean, we got the Switch 2 dropping next week. Question. I've been wondering for a while, but why are you not using your cam to show your face during gameplay? The simple reason is, it's not that I can't do it, because I can, easily. I've done it before. I've done it in previous streams. It's just that I don't want the view of the game to be obstructed by my face. Because not every game has it, because I can easily move my face around the screen whenever I want it. But not every game has a space where I can keep my face in there and it not obstruct anything, like a health bar or maybe like a little button prompts that can be in the bottom corners of the screen. Normally, I would put it in either corner of the screen, maybe like the top right or maybe the bottom right, as long as it wasn't obstructing the game. But when it does that, I feel maybe people would want to see the game and it not be obstructed at all. So it's not that I can't do it. It's just that when people are watching a session, like a stream that I do for games, I don't want it to obstruct anything important, especially during a cutscene. Like, say, for instance, I have my face in, like, the bottom middle of the screen, and something important pops up that I can clearly see on my TV, but you guys can't see because my face is there. And though I have a green screen where I can make it so that the space I'm taking up isn't taking up too much space, that's just me. Because I might as well start using my green screen a lot more so you guys can see my face. Because it's not like it does anything to overtax my system, because I can easily have my face present for you guys to see while I'm playing games. You know what? That's actually not a bad idea. With the green screen, there's actually less being obstructed. But yeah, that's my reason. As long-winded as it is, I don't generally have my face during gameplay streams simply because I feel it obstructs what you guys could be wanting to see. But if people want to see my face during games, I mean, I got no problem with that whatsoever. I got no problem with it. It's not like I'm scared for you guys to see me because, hello, it's not like I don't want you guys to see my face, because I got a light. Regardless of what time or what day or what time of day it is, I got light so you guys can see. So, but that's just one of the reasons. That's actually the main reason. The main reason, because I don't want my face to obstruct what you guys would want to see on the screen during gameplay. That's the only thing. Because if I wanted, I could reduce the game window size so that the way I have it set up here, it can be set up just like, you know, how this Wuthering Waves window is. I can set it up where my game screen is right there. You guys can see my face up top. Chat is off to the side. But then again, it would be way too similar to how a Maximilian dude does his stream. So I kind of don't want to do that because that is way too similar to him. It's way too similar to him. I need to do my own thing. Nah, I'm going to do my own thing. Not creepily, though, but you know. But yeah, I know. I'm rambling. Please forgive me. But that's just one thing. The next time I have a game session, I'll probably have my face cam on so you guys can, you know, see. And then judge for yourself whether it's obstructive or if you guys don't mind at all. Because I would definitely love to have a session where my face is present while I am playing Donkey Kong Bonanza. I would definitely love to have that, so you guys can just see the amazement on my face of playing that game. But bridge will cross when we get to it. Overall, let's get back to Wuthering Waves here. I like the preview. I'm looking forward to what 2.4 is going to offer. It's beyond 2.4 that I'm really excited for, because we're going to be getting Frolova and all these other characters who are going to be playable. What do you mean we are going to be playing one of the big bads? We're going to be able to play as one of the big bads. Literally the big bad of the ending of Renacita. At the end of the Carnival. And you mean to tell me that she's going to be on the block for us to obtain as a playable Resonator as well? I have so many questions. But we'll see how Wuthering Waves goes throughout this year. Overall, this was a good showcase. But I'm done for today, ladies and gentlemen. Am I going to play Death Stranding today? Or do I want to try and take on the Akuma quest with Gaju later? Nah, I'll probably save... Yeah, I'll probably save Death Stranding for... I'll talk to him about it. If we got to do it another day, then I'll probably play Death Stranding today. Don't hold me to it. I may not, just so that way I can eat, and so it's not too late in the day. I may wait. I may wait to play Death Stranding until I am absolutely sure I am free enough without any other obligations to do so. Because we got some stuff that we're going to be doing on Saturday, such as Solo Leveling Ragnarok, and a One Piece reflection stream as well. So there's a lot of things that I got to take care of today, and then prepare for tomorrow, and then Sunday, and then next week is when I start reading the light novel of Solo Leveling. So that's something that's going to be happening as well. Needless to say, the next several days are actually going to be busy for me. Which is good, because if you don't work, you don't eat. And I definitely like to eat. So, yeah, you guys are hearing a lot of stuff that I'm going to be doing first. So, yeah, thank you, everybody. Sorry if I'm rambling once again. I tend to do this, but thanks for tuning in. This was a good showcase. I'm looking forward to what Wuthering Waves is going to bring to us in June, and what June is going to bring to all of us as well. I will have a video out for you guys talking about the things we're going to be doing for the channel. Thought it was going to be 20 per chat, 20 per video. Originally, I said that. But then I realized that reading takes a minute. It takes a while. And if it's a whole novel, that is going to be a ton of reading all at once. So I think it's better if I just pace myself. Because I'm not in a rush to get through the Solo Leveling light novel. I'm not in a rush. I got all the time in the world, Lord's will, nothing happened. So I figured it would be better for my voice, especially considering reading long chapters, reading chapter after chapter after chapter. I think it would be considerably better for my voice in the long run for me to do 10 chapters all the way up until we get to the final one, which is 270, which actually works out just fine. So we can always do it in multiples of 10. So every count for every stream that I do will be amounted to just 10 per session, without it being like 10 per session, 10 per session, 5 per session, 5 per session, and then the last one is like 4 chapters left. So it's better. It's better that way. Wait, chapters? So you're reading the web novel? If you mean the light novel, like the actual novel pages itself, like word for word for word for word, not the comic, the actual novel itself. That is what I'm doing. Because people told me to read it, and I've been holding off on it because I wanted to find a good day for me to actually read the actual light novel itself. But the web novel, yeah, pretty much. I'm pretty much going to be reading the web novel for Solo Leveling. If I remember correctly, because the light novel is about 8 or 9 volumes. True. However, the light novel chapters, I'm not going to do it volume per volume. I'm going to do it chapter per chapter because, like I said, it'll be better for my voice. But yeah, I'm going to be reading the novel. Not the webcomic, not the manhwa. It's going to be the novel itself. So this will probably be way more descriptive than the manhwa, simply because I'll be able to read what everything will be described word for word. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing next week on Monday. Since we're caught up with Kaiju number 8 and that series has now moved to Thursdays now, Monday is open for me to do my Solo Leveling read-through for the light novel. So there we go. It should be fun. But I'm done, ladies and gentlemen. I kept you here way too long, and I apologize for taking up so much of your time. But this was a good Wuthering Wave stream. Looking forward to what the series has going forward, going to June, then July, and then even into August. So this year is already looking to be very, very fun with a lot of games. But we'll discuss it more a little bit later once I have everything solidified for all of you. Overall, good session. Don, Ramil, Hybrid, everyone else who's watching, hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. And because I know you're coming back anyway. So have a fantastic day, and once again, as always, later, peoples!